someone that's wanting to start a business, go out on their own, jump off the ledge, if you will, here in 2020, what would be some beginning pieces of advice you would give them?
So I'm kind of the bridge. So instead of them jumping into the pit, I help them get from the one side, which is wanting to be a business owner, to the other side, which is being a business owner. So it's really not as difficult as it seems, particularly when you use a proven system in the franchise. So I prefer that than creating your own sauce, because it's a lot of time and money and effort to do that. So this way you have guidance, support, training, technology, advertising, all done for you.
Is there a key question that it's a go-to question that you pose to people who are really looking for your guidance so that you can gain almost immediate insight into what their real aspirations are?
One of our great tools that we have that we use is a question that says, if we looked at your life a year from today, what has to have happened during that period, both personally and professionally, for you to be happy with your progress? So that question is really powerful because it allows me to understand more about them, their personal wants, needs, where they want to be. And as we go along, we start to learn some of the things that could be challenges. And then I try to serve and help them to overcome that just by phrasing questions. And Paul, you mentioned something earlier about listening. So that's one of the biggest things as a coach is listening. It's really important, I think, to listen to your clients and their spouses.
More often than not, you're spinning your wheels or wasting your time if you don't have all the decision makers in the room to answer their questions, to be able to address things so that everybody can make a cohesive decision. And you're mentioning about processes. It's something that I deal with people, whether it's their sales part of their company, their operations part of their company. I think where people struggle with is actually building systems and processes in place. Because no matter what part of your company, if you don't have a system in place, you're going to miss something more often than not. So just to have this thing, I do A, B, C, D. Now you may go off to D-1, D-2, but then you bring it back in a little bit to have a process. And I think that's the biggest thing that most business owners kind of struggle with.
I totally agree, and that's why I see so much value in a franchise, because it's got the skeleton, the outline there. And then if you don't know what to do or you make a mistake, you have someone to call. So you have the support that you need, and of course they're going to train you as well. We like to use the word choice instead of decision. You make your choice, then you work to make it a good decision. Kind of helps take the pressure off a little bit, as people are, everybody's so nervous these days about everything. So a choice is much more comfortable than a decision.
Well, you know me, Glenn. I love a good choice of words, no pun intended at all. So I do like that utilization of the word choice rather than decision, because we make a choice when we go to the ice cream shop. It can be life-changing. Well, I guess, depending on where you get your ice cream, but making a decision sometimes sounds like something you have to arm wrestle with, though by no means are these decisions made lightly.
Right.
You brought up an interesting point. How has the added layer of uncertainty influenced the way that people are thinking and the way that people are choosing from your purview?
It is the elephant in the room, or the goat in the room, as we would do here. So, but I like to discuss it early in the process. If there's really something that's going to give someone pause, that's going to really prevent them from making a change in their life, it may not be good to waste their time. So talking through it can really be helpful.
Susan, as a former veteran and as a business owner, can you kind of tell us a little bit about how you became involved in supporting veterans and being a veterans advocate?
I absolutely be delighted. And they're some of my very favorite people to work with. Years ago, I was on the phone with a veteran, and he's one of the 3 people that in the last 30 years have said to me, I really don't want to work for myself. I just want to work for someone else. So, but, like you said, Paul, everything kind of flows together and everything's connected. So he said, but I have a good friend that's kind of getting a veteran platform off the ground. And I'd like to connect you two to see if there's, it could be mutually beneficial for both of you. So it was Diana Rao. She actually founded the Veterati platform, which I was mentioning to you earlier, Glenn, that offers free mentorship for veterans. 85% of my clients last year actually were veterans that were interested in becoming their own commanding officer.